Hello friends, Namaste. I am Dr. Sweety Jamgade. I am conducting the sessions on the course of Travel and Tourism Management. In this session, we will describe the travel documents required to travel abroad and in India. We will discuss the growth and development of tourism in world and in India. We need to understand what are the travel documents which are involved when a person travels to another country or wanting to travel to India. Travel formalities are the documents, official documents and certificates which are required by the travelers to carry. It is but obvious that there would be major few documents which everybody knows. One is the passport, second is the visa, third is the travel tickets, fourth is the insurance, which a layman knows about it. But there are other documents which are also required when a person travels. So the foreign exchange documents, the custom duty clearance, the insurance documents. These are health certificates. These are must when you travel to any country, and that is the reason the need of travel agents comes under this process, because all travelers will not be aware what are the documents which are required to travel to different countries. So travel agents, tour operators help most of the travelers to procure these documents and make the travel hassle free. So in this slide we can see the 7 travel documents which are listed here. First the passport, second visa, third health regulation, fourth special permits for restricted areas. So this is, we are talking about specifically when anybody is traveling to India. So the special permits for restricted areas are like in northeastern regions or in the border areas of India, the LOC, line of control areas. The traveler requires a special permit from the state government. So this is required if one is visiting to these restricted areas. Then the custom regulations, any kind of imported items, duty items has to be given a consent by the custom department, the foreign exchange currencies and travel insurance. The procedures which are required to avail travel document. First is one has to have a valid passport if a person is intending to travel abroad or to India. So passport we will understand in detail in the next slide. Once the passport is been procured, then comes the visa application and approval process. After getting the visa application and approved by the consulate, the travelers needs to procure ticket and go in for immigration activity. I will explain further what is the meaning of immigration, what are the various checks required. Passport. Everyone knows that passport is an identity of citizenship. Each country gives passport to its citizens, and it's a pride document which one holds, and one has to undergo long process to get the citizenship. I will let you know what are the various documents which are required to avail passport in India. So as the definition says, it's an official document issued by a government certifying the holder's identity and citizenship and entitling them to travel under its protection countries. So there are various forms of passports, kinds of passports. One is a general passport, the other one is a minor passport, bureaucrat passport, refugee passport, immigrant passport and many more. So it's an official document, and the authority which is responsible to look at in this matter is the Ministry of External Affairs, and the issuing authority in India is the President of India for the passport. When a person, it's been said that it's a citizen's birthright to get a passport, and it acts as a rights to consular protection from international agreements, and the right to return arises from the law. So it's a very important document one needs to have if you are traveling abroad. Now what are the step-by-step procedure for applying for a passport in India? So now, because of this online process, it has become very easy to apply for the passport, get an appointment and get it verified. I will quickly go through this website and make you understand what are the various process involved in applying for a passport in India. So this is the website of passportindia.gov.in. You can see there are 7 steps enlisted. Step 1, one has to register through the register link which is given on there on the home page. Get the login ID, the password. Third is apply for the category. So what category? For fresh passport, reissue of passport. Then fill in the various details in the form which is there available. Click the pay and schedule appointment. So there are various payment involved which I'll show in the next process. What are the various payments, the fees which are involved. You need to check what is the nearest passport office, Seva Kendra, which is called as Passport Seva Kendra, and take the appointment. And after taking the appointment, you need to take the printout of the application receipt. Go with the various documents which are required for you to avail the passport. I will quickly let you know what are the documents which are required. And then after the document has been verified, like the appointment, when you go and visit and the documents are verified, you get the passport issued. So here we'll see what are the various documents which are required. I'll click on it. This is the page, list of documents required for fresh passport issuance. You need to check what are the conditions applicable. So there are, you can see normal and Tatkal passport. Tatkal is on urgent basis if you're looking for a passport, and then there are fee differentiation between normal and Tatkal. So I will quickly let you know what are the fees applicable. It says that if you need a Tatkal only when you need for urgent basis, so you can apply for Tatkal. For a general application fee of a fresh passport with a validity of 10 years, the fee is 1,500, and for additional Tatkal fee, you 2,000 rupees. And then it depends on whether you want to have a 60 pages passport, like for visa activity. So the fee for normal passport, it will be 2,000, and for Tatkal also it is 2,000. And then they have given various categories who have not cleared the secondary education, not cleared 10th. So that for those people, immigration check is a mandate. And then you need to know you are under which category. And then there are various different documents when you apply for non-ECR also. Listed documents which are required for a general category. One is the proof of present address. So again, they have given the list of acceptable documents. When you click, card is the easiest one to carry even for date of birth as well. The next is the documentary proof for any one of the non-ECR. So like, what are the documents which are required? So your qualification certificate would be required document. And then it is various categories. If you are a holder of official diplomatic, as I said, there are categories of passports. If you are holder of official or diplomatic passport, there is no separate document required. And if you are a holder of like all gazetted government servants, spouses, the dependent children, they need these forms of their identity certificate as a document for non-ECR. Then all persons having education qualification of matriculation and above. So this is the criteria which I have told you. So then you need to show your matriculation and higher education pass certificate to get that non-ECR. And then any person above the age of 50 years. So these are the documents. Income tax payers, including agricultural income, and their spouses and dependent children below the age of 18. So they need to give a proof of income, assessment of income tax. Then they have to give a marriage certificate document, school living certificate. Then person possessing 2 years diploma from any, so for vocational, those who generally go for vocational based on skill based jobs in other countries, they need to show the pass certificate of any vocational programs what they have done. Then nurses have to give a nursing certificate. Then all professional degree holders, and they need to show their professional degree. They need to show their children's birth certificate. Then so one has to go through this in detail. And then these are the listed documents for non-ECR. When we talk about visa, so the visa is a Latin word which means the document which is seen by authority, by the government. And the basic full form which is given is Visitors International Stay Abroad. Uh, when we talk about visa is also having various categories, various types. So here, which are enlisted is entry visa, tourist visa, business visa. So entry visa is mostly in the category of a transit visa. If you are having a say layoff or a connecting flight, and you need just one entry to that country, so you can have apply for entry. Business visa also has various forms. We have educational visa, medical visa. Now there is because of COVID there is a visa, vaccinated visa, so where it shows that you are vaccinated in your passport, and then you can go to places if you are vaccinated with the said number of doses. Then there is long term visa, there is collective landing permit visa for group travels. So one needs to understand what kind of visa they want to apply. And then I would like to say that many countries have initiated visa on arrival. In fact, Indian people have the passport where it is under the 58 category of powerful visa, where we can get at least say easy access to 33 countries through visa on arrival. Even India has initiated of this facility of visa on arrival for almost 75 countries. So which has made the travel process very easy, and that is the reason there's a big growth and development in tourism industry. This is the e-tourism tourist visa, which was initiated in 2014, and then gradually in 2015 it was termed as e-tourist visa, ETV. So this electronic travel authorization, which was given to say 40 plus eligible countries, now under this there are almost 150 plus countries getting this kind of services in India. So 16 airports are fully equipped with e-tourist visa facilities. So this is was a good step taken by Ministry of Tourism. Next is about the document which are related to health regulation. So the traveler needs to check the travel advisories given by the countries where he is intended to travel, and specifically for visiting to countries like in Asia and Africa, one needs to get the yellow fever and cholera certified documents that a person is vaccinated, which is prescribed by World Health Organization, WHO. And this type of information can be easily availed from that particular country's website or from the tour operators or travel agencies. Immigration check. So as I said, immigration, if you're going to a country for business purpose, then you need to have a immigration application being processed and filled up, duly checked. Foreign exchange documents, when you want the currency to be exchanged. So it comes in India, it is under the purview of RBI, that is Reserve Bank of India, and Reserve Bank of India has its own regulations for travel trade. So the one thing which is as a tourism professional or a person who wants to understand about tourism business needs to know that the foreign exchange travel comes under Foreign Exchange Management Act, that is called as FEMA, FEMA, which was introduced in 1999. In this act, it is said that a person can purchase foreign exchange from AD1, AD2 or from FFMC. AD1 is authorized dealer, which is usually all kinds of banks. AD category 2 is all the tour operators, the travel agencies, the hotels. And full-fledged money changers, again in this there are private players who have been permitted by RBI, Reserve Bank of India, to release the foreign currencies for any kind of business and private visits. Now, according to the regulation, any tourist who is traveling to abroad except Nepal and Bhutan can do a foreign exchange of an aggregate amount. So this is a limit given by RBI of USD 10,000 from any authorized dealer. Whereas if the person is, irrespective of the number of visits undertaken in that during financial year, so this has to be taken into consideration. So if you have multiple visits in a year, you need to get a special permit, and then so that's what is mentioned in the next line. If a person is going for business purpose or other thing, they need to get a special permit given by RBI. Next important document is travel insurance. This particular document plays a very important role in the category of amenities. So, as you are aware, that there are 5 A's in tourism product: attraction, accessibility. We have spoken about accessibility, that is the transportation industry. Accommodation, we will speak later in the next session. Then the activities, that also we will discuss later in the next session. Here is the amenities, which I am highlighting is with the help of travel insurance as one of the amenity. So why travel insurance is important? Because it covers the unforeseen evidence or unforeseen incident which may happen during the travel. So it could be any type of, say for example, the cancellation of flights, or accident happening, or maybe a loss of luggage, or any type of damage caused to the traveler, health related issues, so would be covered under travel insurance. Again, here there are intermediaries who plays an important role. So either a traveler can get travel insurance done by a travel agency, tour operators, or from the banks who are being authorized to provide travel insurance services. And there are private players as well, individual private players, travel insurance providers. So what does this policies generally cover? It covers all medical expenses, the trip cancellation, lost luggage, flight delays, public liability, and others. So any kind of riots, mishaps happening would be considered under the kind of travel you have, insurance you have paid and taken for your travel, international travel. Foreign exchange we have discussed. Now we will be discussing about the tourism growth and development. As you have seen, because of people traveling, the economy goes to the destination because of the expenditure being paid by the travelers. And it has been observed worldwide that tourism has played a very vital role in the growth and development of any nation. There are some nations who survive only on tourism growth, on tourism as a business, like Thailand, Africa, some other Asian countries, Singapore. Whereas when we talk about in India, it acts as a fourth largest sector. It has contributed a lot in the GDP. India is being ranked as 34th in the Travel and Tourism Competitiveness Report, which was published in 2009. And when we talk about the job which has been generated, out of every 10 job, 1 job would be from travel and tourism industry. So this is what the travel and tourism industry has played in the contribution towards the economy, towards the livelihood, towards the growth of any nation. So I will quickly highlight about the international tourist arrivals in 2019 in India was 10.89. I would emphasize why the data is being mentioned of 2019, because in 2020 and 2021 we have seen that there is, because of the pandemic, this particular industry has been hit in a very bad way. There is a lot of downfall of travel, the tourism activity, because of fear factor and the various restrictions which are being levied by countries. People are not traveling, so hence the data is of in a negative towards the down graph. So that is the reason I have not shown in this slide. Whatever the statistic which was forecasted by UNWTO, that is United Nations World Tourism Organization, for 2020 and 2021, I would say that the data has been under the graph of -20 to 50% what was being forecasted. So here we can see that because of foreign exchange earning, this is FEEE, foreign exchange earning from tourism, the earning in tourism sector is 4.8% year on year to rupees 1,94,881 crore. So which is really commendable, which is a huge amount for any economy. And in 2019, the arrival through e-tourist visa increased by 23.6%. So the ETA facility, electronic travel authorization facility, there's a big increase of travel in India. It has been observed that globally there was 1.5 million international tourist arrivals, which is like 4% increase on the previous year, which is also forecast for 2020. But in 2020, there's a slip of minus 30 to 50% of the forecasted data. Middle East saw more than 8% of global average growth, and whereas Asian Pacific saw some 5% of their international arrivals rising. Europe was a little slower than in the previous year, but still it got some 4% of advantage, and America got 2% because of many island destinations in the Caribbean consolidated their recovery after the 217 hurricanes, while arrivals fell in South America due to partly ongoing social and political turmoil. So, by this, we can understand that the social stability of the destination, the external factors plays a very important role in tourism industry. So it is a very fragile kind of industry, and any sort of political instability or imbalances in a region, in a place, may hit the industry. And now because of this COVID, there's a big hit, there's a strongly bad hit of this growth of the sector. The Africa's growth we can see is of 4%, North Africa 9%, and then there was tourism expenditure among the world's top 10 outbound markets. We can see that France reported 11%. France is one of the top 10 places which has been highly visited by international travelers, and United States saw some 6% of growth, which is very, very high. There are few more data to be highlighted here. India was ranked 7th among 184 countries in terms of travel and tourism contribution to GDP in 2017, and during May 2019, arrivals through e-tourism, which I have already stated, was increased by 21.7% year on year to 1.23 million. The campaigning of India through Incredible India is highly appreciating the way it has been on a year basis being revised and done. The medical tourism facility which was announced for like M-Visa, and then the Incredible India mobile app which gives a good experience to the travelers. So these are some achievements. When we talk about there is the impact it has covered, like the government is giving lots of concentration for foreign direct investments in tourism sector. Even there are plans of coming up with tax holidays for which has been offered by 2 to 4 star category of hotels near the UNESCO sites of Delhi and Mumbai, so that more people will go to such places. And even the foreign direct investment received by Indian hotel and tourism sector was US dollar 12.35 billion between April 2018 and March 2019. So by this we are done with the session. These are the references which were used for this session. So we will quickly summarize what we have learned in this session. We have discussed about the types of tourism development and growth which we have received, and we have discussed about the various travel formalities which is required, the travel documents by travelers to travel to any places. Hope you guys have understood. Thank you. Please watch the next sessions on the remaining topics. Do watch, share, subscribe, and give your feedback. Thank you for watching.